Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The master has arrived. Yes, I decided to change up my intro a little bit just for the fun of it, but we'll see if it goes anywhere. So, as of recently, I've actually been watching quite a few survival videos again, and it's gotten me back into the swing of wanting to test out some of the things that I have both made in the past and purchased in recent times. So, today, we are going to test a gasifier stove that I made quite a few years ago. So, you can see it right here. And we are going to boil some water and make some European cafe style hot cocoa. Because I'm just so fancy. So, this should be a lot of fun. Let's get started. Alright, so it looks like I might need to set this a little bit, which is fine, shouldn't be an issue. Let's see. Let's see how that looks now. Oh yeah, that should be perfect. Now, for those of you that don't know, a gasifier stove is essentially a stove that pulls in air from the bottom here, warms it up in the secondary channel, which you can see because there's a smaller burn chamber inside, which also has ventilation, and causes it to come out the top here with these little holes that you can see, and makes it far more efficient of a burn. Now, I can't remember if I'm supposed to actually have this, the lower holes above the burn line or below. I honestly cannot remember. But one thing I noticed is that this doesn't exactly have a pot stand on top, which is where this comes in, which is a little stove item type thingy that I purchased a while ago that, as you can see here, actually has a little stand on the inside. The interior itself is a can of fuel that you can, of course, use for cooking and things of that sort. So, it has been quite a while since I've used this thing, but let's see how it goes. Ow. Get that going. Get the grass going. And woo! If the air intake on this thing is working properly as it should start pulling air up through the bottom here. And that will get this all burning fairly efficiently. But again, we'll see. Did you just go out on me? Yep, it basically just went out on me. So, I think I might have to actually have the air holes set down. Actually, no, I don't think that's how that works. Again, it has been a long time since I've actually tested this thing, so forgive me if it takes a little bit to attempt to get this doggone thing going. Oh, hi, Spazzy. I didn't even see you there. Our cat Spazzy was sitting on the thing in the background there. I don't think you can even see it. Hello, Louisa Lewis. Nice to see you here as always. Okay. Attempt to try and get this stuff burning. As you can see, I've got this on a stand here to make sure that it is up off the table so as to not actually scorch the table. which very obviously that would be bad. Wow, it has been so long since I've used this thing. This is pathetic. This thing should have already been burning. I might have packed it a little too tight. I honestly don't know. Well, I'm actually just going to attempt to boil some water to make myself some European cafe-style hot cocoa. But right now, it's kind of looking like this is not wanting to properly burn. It's being a royal pain in the keister. I mean, I might need an alternative fuel source to actually get this doggone thing burning. That is sad. Oh well, live and learn. I mean, this wouldn't exactly be a learning channel if I didn't have some kind of a learning curve worked in there, right? So, these are some solid fuel tabs by S-Bit, which I'm going to go ahead and light one of these directly on top of the wood and see if that will be enough to actually get this doggone thing going. So as you can see here, it's a little chemical fuel tab. I'm probably not supposed to be touching that with my bare hands, but whatever. Come on, baby, light up for me. Okay, seriously, you wouldn't think a friggin' fuel tab would need that much encouragement to get going! I am so out of practice on this. This is really sad. Yeah, let's screw it. Let's try it this way. Ay-ya! Is it burning? I think it's finally burning! Yes, it's finally going. Hooray! We have a win! Good God, this is sad. This should not be taking this daggum long. Oh, boy. So if this fuel tablet doesn't get this thing burning, then I give up. But while we're waiting for that to... Uh-oh. That fell down just a little bit. Okay, yeah, I'm actually seeing the flames coming up now from this thing, so it is burning. Trying to get this pushed down in there a little bit so it's starting to actually get the wood burning. So while that is finally starting to get going, let's go ahead and open this thing up. I haven't opened this up yet because I was saving this for when I actually went backpacking, but since I might actually need the pot stand here. And heck, this thing is actually sealed on there pretty good. Well, not sealed, but placed on there. So, that is the top of it. And this is the container itself, which I think this might be written in... Okay, I don't know any of these languages. Here, let me go ahead and show you. If you happen to know what these languages are, please let me know in the comments below, so I can seem a little bit more educated than I am. But you twist the top of this open, and there's a metal canister inside. What? Okay, well, it's very clear how this thing works. But apparently, this is actually sealed, completely sealed. Not just with the lid, but with the inside too. Which is actually really cool. That means that I can keep this for a very extended period of time, which I'm sure is the entire point. But I can use the pot stand as needed for this. And here's the top. So you can take a look at those and tell me if you know what exactly what these languages are, possibly. I like that it even has a phone number on here to call. ALN, NSA, NDE, Sipuro. I don't know, maybe it's part of the Spanish army. I guessed at first that maybe it was Russian, but I don't know. I do like how it all fits together in this very neat little packaging. That's really cool. But I don't know if you can see very well because of the lighting, because it's very bright out here, but this is finally starting to burn a little bit. Not nearly as well as I would have liked, but the fuel tablet here is definitely burning quite well. That is leading to the rest of this finally starting to burn. But I have no idea how well the... well, actually, it looks like the airflow coming in from under here is doing quite well. I don't think you can really see that at all. Here, let me... Okay, yeah, you can see it a little bit there. I think I need to work on when I do my live streams, because it seems like every time I do a live stream, that hardly anyone is able to actually come in and say hi. But, again, that's because I do a lot of this sporadically, which is not good for someone who wants to be a decent YouTuber. But it is what it is, you know? Okay, that is burning quite well, actually, so far. So once we get that going a little bit better, so it actually starts really burning down in there, I will go ahead and pull out the pot we are going to be using, which is a very nice little folding pot. Holy crap, this one's historical as well. 1952 by Meva? I don't know what origin or nationality or anything that's supposed to be. It's a little bit dusty on the inside. It's been a while since it's been used. But not a problem. We'll just go ahead and wipe this all off real quick. This came in a set, which part of it is the top that this one is currently on. And then this one is the rest of the pot. This is just a little aluminum windbreaker that I made. I've got an alcohol burning stove that I made myself out of a couple of pop cans. It's got 2 metal bowls in it, and then a fire starter. So, it's a pretty nice little set, all contained together. The bowls nestle down into the pot here, and then I can fold it over, and it holds all that in there very well. The fire starter is right here on the side, which we can actually go ahead and just throw that in with the bowls. Windbreaker sets over here on the side, and then this part comes over the top, and what the phone is currently resting on is what actually holds it all together. So overall, it's a very nice little cook set. I got the pot in the top with the gambrel set, and this little pot here at the flea market for $1. So overall, not a bad price in my opinion. Interesting setup indeed. These are 2 stainless steel bowls, so you know they're going to be very durable. And I've used them for several different little projects on the side as well. Oh dear. Excuse me as I itch my nose. Oh, excuse me. Wow, I am just failing epically at this, aren't I? So put a little bit of fuel on top. See if we can possibly break some of this down so it's getting a little bit of a better airflow. Because that fuel tablet's already burned down quite a bit. And my Yahoo is going nuts right now. Thank you. As you can see, I can't exactly place the pot directly on top because it doesn't set there very well. So, thus, this very neat little pot holding system here. Which I probably should have measured that beforehand. Okay, that seems to hold pretty good. Seems like that's cutting off the air supply a little bit, though. That is hot. Mother of mercy, that is hot. Oh, well, hello, Philip. Good to see you here. Well, thank you for stopping in either way. Always glad to see you here. Tell Esanam and everyone there I said hello. And I very much look forward to your next video. Okay, beautiful. As you can see, now that pot holder's on there quite well. Set this on top. Looks like that might cut off oxygen a little bit, but... nah, it's still going. So we got some water. I'm going to go ahead and pour some water in there. Not too much. But we have some in there now. So everything is setting up well here. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but I'm hearing some hissing going on there. Let's see. I'm not entirely sure what exactly that hissing is. But regardless, you know, I think I might have packed this in a little bit too tight. By which I mean the wood that I packed in there. But it all seems to be burning fairly well. That might explain why it's not burning as well as it could be, because I packed it in there a little bit too tight. It's been a very long while since I've actually used this stuff. But then again, I think I mentioned that earlier, so I'm going to stop saying it. Though I must say that out of the homemade cook sets like this that I have done, the homemade stoves and stuff, I actually really like the little alcohol stoves here. This one, as you can see, has some metal on top, and that works as a pot holder as well. This one is very compact, very small. Of course, it can fit inside the cook set itself. It just needs dentured alcohol, or even, I found, rubbing alcohol is a very good one to use with this. You simply go to your local store, you know, Walmart, Safeway, Wawa, Walgreens, whatever it is that you happen to have there, and just look for rubbing alcohol in the pharmaceutical section. Get the strongest you can possibly get. A lot of times I've used 90%, but I found recently that my Safeway actually has 99%. And the 99%, I honestly didn't know that places actually carried that stuff. And rubbing alcohol is really good because it's cheap. It does make it a little bit sooty, I won't lie there. But it burns really cleanly, it burns really hot, and it's actually very good for boiling up water. Cooking other things on, I haven't quite gotten that far because it's sadly very sporadic that I actually do these kinds of tests, and even more sporadic that I try it on YouTube. My God, this thing is smoking like crazy. But it seems the burn's going fairly well. If I would have known it was going to take this long, I wouldn't have done a live stream. I would have just recorded it and edited it post after the fact. There's an airplane flying by. Can you hear it? Yeah, I know. Oh, there is still flame coming up. So it looks like there is some decent airflow that, for the most part, it's finally gotten lit. Now, let me go ahead and do a little bit of talking about this right here. This is a very simple canteen that, if I remember correctly, I got at a garage sale for a couple bucks. As I often explain to my daughter, a lot of the things that I have in my camping set, cooking set, things of that sort, I've either found at garage sales or flea markets or things of that sort. But the real treasure, woo, is this right here, the canteen cup. This I got, gee, I wonder if you can guess, at a garage sale for around $1 or $2, and it actually came with another cook set that I don't have on me currently. But the coolest part is right here on the handle. I apologize if I'm a little bit shaky, but USSMCO 1944, which means this was a canteen cup that was used in World War II, potentially. You know, it's good, solid construction. The handle is very stable. As you can see, it folds away very nice, fits right into the canteen as it is supposed to. And then that fits into the entire kit itself here, which I've got some purification tablets. I've got the 2-pack. These ones are the iodine tablets, I believe. Okay, these ones are not iodine at all, actually. Tetraglycin hydroperiodide. That's fun to pronounce. Anyway, this is the actual purification, and this is the neutralizing tablets. So basically what happens is this one, you add into a quart of water, I believe it's 2 tablets. Let's see. Add 2 tablets to 1 quart of water, and cap loosely, allow small amount of leakage so that you get the cap wet as well. Wait 5 minutes, shake container to allow screw threads on the closure to be moistened, tighten cap. Wait 30 minutes before drinking. And then once the 30 minutes or so is up on this, make sure it is 30 minutes or more, you then add these in there to neutralize the taste of these ones. Because apparently this has, which actually is a bit of an iodine type of purifier, it does have a bit of a nasty taste to it, as I'm juggling this around for you. And this actually helps to neutralize the flavor of the iodine. Okay, that's still burning. It's very smoky, but it is still burning effectively. And as you can see, it has a container here on the front, specifically for tablets like that, or other water purification type things. But because of the type of canteen that this is, with that slight bend in it, they make different kinds of canteen cups, which you can fit in use to either boil water to purify it or to cook food with or things of that nature. My God, I did not know this thing was that daggum smoky. Sometimes people ask me why I don't smoke, or they ask me if I do smoke and they ask me why I don't. And I say, for one, I personally find that cigarettes are disgusting. That's just me personally. And two, it's expensive. And three, I've got asthma. Why the heck would I do something that makes it even harder for me to breathe? But it is what it is. Well, it is warming up the water, but I think for the most part the flames went out. Oh, I'm lightheaded. Ugh. Shut up, Yahoo! Okay. I think it's safe to say that more than likely this isn't the best stove I could have designed. So go ahead and take the little pot stand off, but that has worked very well, as you can see. That held the pot on there quite nicely. But as far as this particular stove itself is concerned, it seems to be a bit of a flop, unfortunately. But such is life. You know, you live, you learn, you build stuff, you see what works, you go from there. And literally, this was something that I probably made like 5 years ago. Maybe a little less, but maybe even more, who knows. I mean, it's a very simple design. You simply take a large can, cut the top off in a way that the lid can be put back on, cut the middle out of that, take a smaller can, put it inside of there, and you essentially punch holes into both of them to give it the supposed oxygen flow it needs to actually function properly, and you go from there. I mean, as you can see, it's smoking quite profusely, which is what led me to coughing a bit earlier. But it's not getting nearly enough of the oxygen flow it needs to properly function. Oh, boy. Ow. Smoke burns. Whew. So, this was basically a flop, unfortunately. Oh well. Next time I decide to do a video like this or live stream like this, I think I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the little alcohol stove I made, which is a 2-wall alcohol stove. Requires the top part to be cut out and then several holes punched in the top here as the vents for the alcohol to actually come through. This little part was something that I added in myself, simply so it would make it easier for a pot to actually sit on it and still allow adequate airflow. So for now, I'm just going to try and let this all burn down so I don't have a bunch of embers just sitting around, and I also don't want to dump water directly into it. simply because I don't want to have the mess, as well as, even though this is kind of a crap item, I still want to be able to potentially use it in the future if I can figure out where I went wrong with it. So that's why you see me huffing and puffing like the big bad wolf on this thing, trying to get it to burn better. And once it actually gets going, once it burns through all the damn grass that I put in there, because I think that's part of the big problem, was that didn't allow very much airflow at all. It seems to burn fairly well, but it also doesn't burn well enough to have a pot directly on top like I had it. So, it is what it is. You live, you learn. I've said that probably 10 different times in this video. Let's get a running counter going down in the comments of how many times I've repeated myself this time. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live stream up here. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on this failed endeavor. It was fun nonetheless, and gosh darn it, YouTube. Or not YouTube, Yahoo. Darn it, Yahoo, shut up. That seems to be burning somewhat effectively now. But as soon as I put that on top, it dies. Yep. Thus the need for a decent pot holder. Ay-ya! Oh, come on. You little schmuck. Come to me. Alright, so. As you can see now, it's actually burning quite a bit more efficiently now. I just need a decent pot stand that allows adequate airflow so I can actually put a pot on top of it, and that is exactly what the problem was. I packed it too damn tight when I initially packed it. Now it's burning really well, and it has really good heat coming off of it. Whew. I think I lost some hairs on my hand there. It is what it is. Okay, the pot stand is officially cooled down, so this is actually a really good pot stand. It's fairly sturdy for what it is. It holds on to this little thing quite well, and since it is so flexible, you can use it for other projects like this, but because of the slightly inefficient way that I built this particular gasifier, yeah, it just does not allow enough airflow. What would be better is if I used one of those cheapo grill screens that you can find like at the Dollar Tree or whatever, and make a little pot stand out of that, and a similar design to that, but that actually has a lot more airflow to it. That is what this thing needs. Because with the airflow going through it around now that it's finally burned down, it's burning really well. But that's the problem, is it doesn't have enough airflow. So, okay, I've learned some really cool things right now doing this little experiment. But it's already been 33 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for now. Sorry you guys didn't get to see me actually enjoy some European-style hot cocoa, but hopefully next time I try a video like this, it'll be a lot better than this one was. So, until next time, this is Bowmaster619 out. As always, drive safe, stay safe, never stop learning. Thank you all so much for joining me currently, and thank you all to everyone who will be joining me later on once this is produced. And I will see you guys next time in the next video. Take care.